Hey, welcome to the TVP channel, and today I do have a final game for you, which is the purple versus yellow. And the purple will actually go first in this game, actually evolving to the Dukemon. And now he does follow up with a Digimon for 1 cost, passing back only 1 memory to the yellow player, which will hatch a Coromon, evolving to a Patamon here. And he does actually hardcore a Patamon to pass the turn, not evolving to a level 4 yet. Levelmon will be pushed out and now going for the dual white tamer here. Looks like he doesn't have a level 4 as he does hardcore a Starmon, which doesn't do much against the Devilmon since he does have only 2 Digimons. Now the blue player will hatch into another Digitamon, evolving to a Tapirmon there, and hard-calling a Gilmon. So people are just calling things now instead of evolving to a level 5, but the yellow player does go for the level 4 here in form of Unimon, and now going for Knightmon for 3 costs. Now, but the purple player does have 3 memory to work with here. Let's see what he shall do. He shall go for the Tapirmon swing with the Devimeramon skill. Now he's able to draw 2 and discard 1. He's cutting the Chimeramon there, and now he does go for the Black Wargrawmon with the 3 memory he was given. And he's going to go for the Digiburst, hard calling the Tapirmon there, which is just a bit of fast forward move. And now going for the Devimon for 1 cost, passing back only 1 memory to the yellow player as he doesn't have any tamer. But he does go for the Lordknightmon in nursery, which is fairly interesting. Now he does go for the Xiaomon, and the Xiaomon will be evolved to the Sukaimon here, and Sukaimon is actually pretty good with the Chaosumon, which will be explored here, as he does destroy the Tapirmon instead to destroy that Patamon, and now the Tapirmon will be revived back through the Chaosumon skill. Now Lordknightmon will be finally pushed out here, and will be swinging at the security, hard calling a Knightmon, targeting the 4k down SDP on the Dukemon, but he does hit into a Zord here, so very unfortunate for him. And he does follow up with a Digimon to actually kill their Chaos Dukemon. And because of the dual white tamer, as he does have a level 6 above on the lateral side of the field, he's able to gain 2 memory. Now we do see a Skullmeramon suddenly hatched out from Digitama, going for Devimon once again to pass back only 1 memory. Excellent memory control here, I would say. Digimon will actually swing at security first, but hitting to a Fruit or Summoning Omimon. Now he does go for a Solomon evolution there. Now going for 6 costs here, which does indicate the Chaosmon, killing off that 2 Devimon, and because of the white tamer, he's able to gain 2 more memory, which will be done so in a while. Now pushing him to actually 7 memory there. Now he does hardcore Gilmon to start things off. Now going for the Chaos Dukemon here for 4 costs, because of the Galamon destruction, he's able to gain 1 memory. The Gilmon will actually be recalled back, and the Zord will be actually appearing right here, right now, thanks to that flute. Now he's going to search his drop zone to call a Black Wargrawmon and a Devimon, thanks to Zord's skill. Now to note that Zord will have 2 security check, thanks to that dual white tamer. So second check does allow him to, push 1 more damage. Now he does hardcore Candlemon to pass back another 1 memory to the yellow player, and the Fruit of Sun Dragon does pass, killing off that Zord. But the purple player seems to have a huge tempo swing already, but Knightmon will be caught down to actually kill that Candlemon, and because of that white tamer, he does go to 9 memory, and 9 memory is quite a lot if you ask me. So he does go for the Gilmon evolution first to draw more cards. And now going for the Anubismon for 3 costs, pushing him to 6 memory, and while he will be hard calling, he does hardcore the Tapirmon here, which does have Rush thanks to the Anubismon, and will be blocked off by the Pidomon there. Could it be a bait? I would assume so, as he does have 6 memory roll with, as he evolved to another Omimon Zord there with the Fruit or Summoning Omimon. Looking at the drop zone, he does call a Chimeramon as well as a Gilmon, and because Gilmon is sacked off by the Chimeramon, he's able to gain 1 more memory. And the Zord will do 2 damage here, and with no blockers, this is simply going to be game. The TK does activate first, putting the Sukaimon to the hand, and this is game. Now we do move on to game 2 with a 0-1 score to the purple player advantage, in a favor of purple player, and the TK will start the game off with 4 memory to the right player, and he does pick up the rookie, which will be evolving in the next turn. Devimeramon will be hatched here, evolving to the Sukaimon here, and now evolving to Devimon for 1 cost. That's actually hardcore a Valmon, which does indeed pass back 3 memory to the yellow player thanks to that TK. And now he does go for a Tyriamon for 1 cost. Now he does build up a Lordknightmon in his nursery here, but looks like the purple player doesn't seem to have a level 5 in hand, and this is actually a very unfortunate as he does pass the turn. And the yellow player will go for the Lordknightmon skill here, actually pointing at the Digimon. Sorry for the weird cut there, because I do sleep a bit too early, as he does swing the Lordknightmon, calling out the Starmon, which does kill off the Digimon because of the 4k and 1k. And because of Sukaimon, he does gain 1 memory, and the Digimon he's able to draw 1, discard 1. Now he does look at security there, Skarmeramon, so nothing happens there. So it's like this game for the purple player doesn't seem to be going well. As he go for the Meramon in the nursery there. Do we see a... No, we don't see any level 5 for him, and this is pretty unfortunate. Especially you, purple player do really value that Black Lordknightmon play. Koromon will be hatched here, evolving to the Pidomon first. Now he does top draw a Patamon. And now the Lordknightmon will start swinging and start gaining a lot of advantage for the yellow player as the board does build up, and the Unimon will be evolved here, and another Pidomon follow up. Now this game seems to be a revenge match for the yellow player in the game 1 as he was abused with the memory control. Now he does return the favor here, and the purple player doesn't seem to have much to be done. That is very unfortunate as he does evolve to the Lordknightmon here. Going for the Digiburst to kill off that Digimon, which is only 4k. Very effective kill, and now the Lordknightmon will start calling out more Patamons, and the field seems to be overflowing. And now another Pidomon passing back 1 memory, and like I said, this is just exactly a revenge match. And now passing back the 3 memory because he does have the TK, as you guys can see. TK for the yellow deck seems to be so strong, as most of their moves do require 3 memory, as he does go for a Digimon here to actually kill off their blocker, and this should be game. I do notice that there's a Patamon in the inherit skill, but the memory gain doesn't matter here as the game does conclude with a 1-1 score. We shall move on to the game 3 with purple player actually going first this game, evolving to the Sukaimon, and now going for the Dual Tamer for 4 memory. Now the left player do hatch into a Koromon here, evolving to the Starmon, but evolves to the Pidomon first, and does go for his own TK. So a very unfortunate misplay here as the yellow player do give the purple player 3 memory to begin with, most likely misunderstanding that the white tamer do require a level 6 above to become at least guaranteeing 3 memory there. So this game might be a bit not favorable for the yellow player, but we shall see how the game will turn out as he does hardcore Patamon to pass the turn. Now the purple player does have the advantage here as he does have a level 5 on the board and not interacted by the yellow player, as he finally goes to the Chaos Dukemon there, killing on the Sukaimon by activating the Digitama first, draw 1, discard 1, discarding the Chaos Dukemon, and the Sukaimon will be caught back actually due to the ability of Chaos Dukemon. Now the yellow player does go for his own TK here, but not having any level 6 to push out, and this is very unfortunate as the purple player advances his attacks, but Tapirmon doesn't die to the Starmon there, but the Dukemon will be using the Lordknightmon inherent ability to kill off that Tapirmon as he draws 2 to draw discard 1. But Tapirmon will be recalled back thanks to the Chaos Dukemon, which has a very strong ability. Doesn't hit to anything big. He does evolve to the Meramon here for 1 cost. And following up with a Lordknightmon, Black Lordknightmon, his own Lordknightmon against the blue player. I mean the yellow player, sorry. And he does go for the Lordknightmon here, and we shall see how the thing will go as he does use his skill as well as the Koromon ability, minusing 7k DP just nice on the Black Lordknightmon as he dies. And because Sukaimon he does gain 1 memory, but it does hit into another wall. Man, the purple player is such a great luck as he's rejoicing on the destruction of the Lordknightmon. And we shall see how this game will flow. It looks like it's going to be over, as he does evolve to the Digimon here for 1 cost, and top decking that full or something Unimon as he go for the Zod play, which does have 2 security checks thanks to that low white tamer calling the Black Lordknightmon, and most likely a Sukaimon here. But it won't matter as the Zod does swing for 2 security check and withstanding, killing off that Sukaimon, so he is able to swing again, and this is game. Let's talk about this purple list, but do note that this video I'll just be briefly going through what the deck can achieve, and I already gone through in detail in the previous video, so do check that out. So for this deck, it does abuse the Omimon Zod as well as the Fruit of Summoning Omimon along with the White Dual Tamer. Now, in this Chaos Dukemon package, you do actually abuse opponent to not be able to play the level 5 again on you, because if because of this dual white tamer, only gains you memory if the opponent does have level 6 above, and usually smarter opponents will actually abuse the fact that you need a level 6 above, and they will just memory control you there. But however, in this Chaos Dukemon package, it's able to actually just control you or force you to go to a level 6 before they actually kill you off with the Chaos Dukemon ability, combining with the Chimeramon ability. And not forgetting that they have Omimon Zord follow-up, so it's able to nuke off more things on the board, especially those blockers, because they do kill off pretty much everything below level 5 very easily. And the dual white tamer does give Omimon Zord the extra critical, which is able to swing at security for almost guaranteed damage because you won't have any blockers on the field. Now let's talk about this yellow list instead then. Now the yellow list do play Lordknightmon as well as Digimon, but they do include the Wargreymon. Now the Wargreymon is there to actually counter green matchups. So if you guys haven't noticed, green is still very alive even despite the hidden potential and the Agumon ban. And this is because Lordknightmon is still a very good card. And Lordknightmon can actually nuke off a lot of the colors now, especially the purple and the yellow. So the Wargreymon is just there to actually provide you a very good advantage against green, especially the fact that it's just 11k. Bancho Stingmon, which is a very famous card now, given that all the Omimons are back, he's not able to swing at you for killing your 3 security with that piercing. So it's a very interesting tech by the yellow player here, and I will plot him to actually try Wargreymon still. And he does play 2 Chaos Spawn here, as well as a 4 Wargreymon, 4 Knightmon, and 1 Angelomon. As I mentioned in the previous top 4 video, the Angelomon does help a lot, especially with flooding of the field, and sometimes it's actually pretty good in debuffing your opponent. But in a meta where there's purple around, Angelomon don't really do well, especially if you don't have a follow-up, because they are able to nuke off level 5 below, so do not take note of that. And for the level 4, it's pretty standard, the 7 blockers and the 4 Tyramon. Nothing much to say here, because you do want to ramp up to a level 5 and eventually your level 6. Now for the rookies, he does play 4 Patamon Inherit, 4 Starmon, 3 Vanillas, and 3 Patamon, which is the promo one. And now this card is actually pretty good, especially because the fact that he does play Wargreymon, and Wargreymon requires you to actually have a security to actually eat before you can actually activate his ability. And because of his tendency to eat more damage, you are able to go down to 1 security fairly easily, and this Patamon will be able to heal you that 1 damage. And now he does play 4 Koromon and 1 Starmon Digitama, as he does actually go to 3 damage fairly easily thanks to the Wargreymon once again. And to wrap things up, he does play 4 TKs, and TKs, as you guys can see in game 2, it does provide him the advantage he needs, especially during the memory control game. Now thank you for watching till the end, and do consider subscribing, dropping a like and a comment if you guys enjoy the content.